now have the first major breaking news this Sunday that has come, and that Cheteshwar Pujara has officially announced his retirement from all forms of cricket. That is the update. He's just put out a Twitter post in which he mentioned that, yes, I have officially retired. Well, when you read his Twitter post, it's like really, it's sums up Cheteshwar Pujara in more ways than one, because silent, unassuming, always in the backdrop. Nothing much he could wear. He just is like saying, wearing the Indian jersey, singing the anthem, and trying my best each time I stepped on the field. It's impossible to put into words what it truly meant. But as they say, all good things must come to an end. And with immense gratitude, I have decided to retire from all forms of Indian cricket. And as he mentioned, as a little boy from Rajkot, along with my parents, I set out to aim for the stars, wearing the Indian jersey, singing the anthem, and trying my best each time I stepped on the field. It's impossible to put into words what it truly meant, but as they say, all good things must come to an end. I wouldn't have made it far with this invaluable guidance of my mentors, coaches, and spiritual guru. He's thanking the BCCI, Saurashtra Cricket Association, and equally grateful to all the teams and franchisees and counties I have been representing. A big thank you to all my teammates. And basically, when you look at it, it is the end of an era. Cheteshwar Pujara made his debut in 2010. And in that game against Australia, he showed his mettle, replacing Rahul Dravid in that position. He really struck well with a wonderful 72 in the second innings to guide India to a 2-0 win. But what will Cheteshwar Pujara be remembered for is his exploits in the 2020-2021 BGT, in which he stonewalled Australia into submission and ensured that, yes, India would go on to achieve something remarkable, win a series 2-1 in Australia for the second straight time. And Pujara, the blows that he used to take on his body, over 900 deliveries that he faced in the 2020-2021 BGT, ensured that India always held the upper hands. And when you look at even in the domestic circuit for Saurashtra, he was one of the main contributors who ensured that, yes, he would score plenty of runs, triple centuries galore, and all these kind of things. Then you look at county circuit. If one would remember, there was a streak in which Pujara managed four 200 plus totals in his playing stint in county. I think it was before the 2021-2022 season. Pujara played in the 2023 WTC final, but unfortunately he didn't get going. And since then, he wasn't considered on the back of good county form that was there. In the last 4 5 years, when you look at Cheteshwar Pujara, he was really not considered, because I think consistency was a major issue for him. So that's why Pujara, the Indian cricket team, moved on. They have still been struggling to fill that gap at number three. Now let's see how that pans out now. But Cheteshwar Pujara, we wish him well. It's been a remarkable journey indeed from him, and that is why fantastic, fantastic achievement indeed for all your contributions to Indian cricket. Truly been legendary, especially Test match cricket. Two epic series wins in 2018-19 and 2020-2021. Cheteshwar Pujara forever will be remembered for those exploits. Now, coming back to Indian cricket at this point in time, Sanju Samson really must be wondering, what more do I need to do? Because in the local Kerala league that he was playing, he scored only 13 of 22 balls, and he really struggled in that first game that he played in. So, Sanju Samson, whether he's going to open for India, whether he's going to play in the middle order, that is going to be one major, major problem that we are seeing at this point in time. Because of Shubman Gill's arrival, the top order seems to have been really compromised in that sense. I mean, you will have to open with Gill, or at or he'll have to bat at number three. If Gill opens, Sanju's at three, everybody else bats out of position then. Surya, maybe he'll stay at four, Tilak at five, then the rest of the others. So it is a really, really fantastic, you may say, problem of plenty that the Indian cricket team are. How do they manage the resources that they have got? So that's why it's not going to be easy at this point in time. So Sanju Samson not looking in good touch. And when we look at the third ODI that is currently taking place between Australia and South Africa, well, 191 for no loss. And looking at it, Travis Head has notched up 100 of 80 balls. And Mitchell Marsh is looking good with 79 or 78. Remember, Australia are really hoping to ensure that they avoid the whitewash against South Africa. They have been whitewashed twice by South Africa, 5-0 and 3-0. And they would want to avoid this at home if they were to do it. Because I think in test matches, Australia have never been whitewashed at home, and neither have they been whitewashed in ODIs, if memory serves me right. So they will want to ensure they end this white ball leg on a high and prepare for the India series as well as for the Ashes that's coming up. It's a big summer in Australia, remember. That's why you're seeing contests in August and September at this stage. So, August, September, Australia are playing, and then you'll see in October in the India series. Then you will see the Ashes take place from November to January. So, Travis Head has shown that yes, he can overcome his rut and get a good score on the board. As far as the other sporting news around the world is concerned, it's bittersweet for Cristiano Ronaldo. He's now scored 100 goals, but his club Al Nasser lost the Saudi Super Cup, and that is why Cristiano Ronaldo will be wondering what more does he need to. But he's created a new record in the process, though. In the Durand Cup final, Northeast United FC have once again shown that they are the powerhouses. They have absolutely thrashed the underdogs, Diamond Harbour FC 6-1. And it was really a fantastic, fantastic achievement from Northeast United. They were defending champions and they have managed to defend their crown in big style. After the rest day, the Sinkerfield Cup resumes yet again, and Gukesh will really be desperate to ensure that he gets into the top and wins the tournament because time is running out for him. He just has 1 year to defend the crown. And if he heads into that 1 year with low confidence, then the chances of him losing that world championship become far more pronounced at this stage. So that is the one thing that we are looking at this point in time. Let's go for the comments. Yuk Parmar is saying, one of my dreams to witness Pujara play the game in front of my eyes now remains unachieved. Happy retirement, legend. Yeah, well, Cheteshwar Pujara, unfortunately, in that period from 2021, I don't know, he was the architect of the win against Australia. The selectors just didn't seem to have faith in him, and that's why, yes, he wasn't considered. Same the case with Ajinkya Rahane at this point in time. Danush, Pujara underrated number 3 test batter award. Sanju will play T20 started 2026 T20 World Cup and will play ODIs after 2027 ODI World Cup. Hope so that happens. Ramachandran, when the going gets tough, you don't get out, but you hang in. Hang in, you become a Pujara. Indeed, you do. Feel sad for Pujara. Cool Pineapple saying, could have played little more. I think Rahane is next. Yes, I mean, he could have played a little more. Well, I don't think so. See, when Virat and Rohit have retired, and Pujara also has not been in the selection radar for quite some time, how do you expect him to play a little bit more? Plus, let us make no mistake about it. After 2023, Rahane and Pujara, yes, it was done. The WTC final was the last bit in which you could have said Rahane came back on the basis of IPL form. Pujara came in on the back of county form. Yet they didn't contribute. So that's why it was time up for them in more ways. Mayank Taplial, this test format's lost that one of the most suitable players has taken retirement. Or BCCI one day will learn how to value its players who unfortunately deprived of certain things. Well, again, see, Cheteshwar Pujara had a big, you may say, patch. He had a superb, consistent run until 2019. But then after that, his struggles, inability to score big, that hurt him in the long run. That's why the selectors had to make way at this point in time for him. Pujara, Iyer, Sanju, same fate. That's what Mohit believes it could happen. And freaking awesome. Not sure why Bretsky has been reserved for third ODI. One frontline pace is missing to Australia, have taken full advantage. 272 is the highest total chased by South Africa against Australia and Austin ODIs. Well, that's how it is. I think Australia will be desperate to avoid the whitewash, and they are kind of halfway there in the process. If they get to anywhere between 300 and 350, then I think they would have avoided the whitewash. And let's see how Stubbs and all the others, Brevis, how the likes of Brevis and all capitalize on this. And Bretsky, I know, were rested for this. I think they want to be ready for the England series then. Rahul Dravid, Vinod is saying, to make Gill, Arjun, Devi, Jaiswal, Ekalavya. Jaiswal and Iyer will be disheartened. Hope it will not impact Jaiswal test batting home. No, I don't think so, Rahul. I mean, see, this is a very odd comparison that you're making. There's no way that this has happened. See, Gill you couldn't ignore simply on the basis of the form that he's in. Gary Kasparov versus Vishwanath, interesting times ahead. Cool Pineapple. There's going to be an exhibition contest between Gary Kasparov and Vishwanathan Anand, plus Gukesh and Magnus Carlsen at this point. So, yep. it promises to be very interesting times in September and October when you have to look at the exhibition games that's going to take place. So yes, Anand versus Kasparov, a throwback to the 90s. Magnus versus Gukesh, when you look at it, it is the clash of the generations at this point in time. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this morning wrap. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis.